So really quick, I just wanted to show you a new hive stand that I'm using. I am going away from these elevated hive stands, and I'm going with a smaller hive stand. The reason for that is when I was taking off when I was putting on honey supers and taking off honey supers, the stands got a little tall for me. You know, I'm not a tall guy to begin with, but it just made life a little bit more difficult. And I just figured that getting a little closer to the ground but still up off the ground would be better. And really all this is, it's made from, I had some landscape, they're called landscape timbers. They're 8-foot landscape timbers, and I had them for long stands that was set on masonry blocks. And and I didn't like stacking numerous hives next to each other. It made working on the hives a lot difficult. So just thinking about how to utilize it, all I did was I took a 2x4, I cut it in half to use as the two runners, and then I cut the landscape timbers. There you can see them down there. They're 4-inch landscape timbers. Cut those down to 20 inches, and then I just nailed them on. And it was a simple, very simple project, but it's going to make my life a whole lot easier. That way I got 2 hives per stand, and now I can come around and I can work on the hive on this side, I can work on this side, and I can come around on this side and work on this hive. Makes it a whole lot easier, and in the long run for myself. And then of course I'm probably, you know, 2 supers lower than I was with those type stands there. I've actually started dismantling these hive stands and cutting them down, actually just taking the legs off and just setting those in the ground. Those are going to be for my nukes and my 4/4 hives. My 4/4 double nukes are going to be singles sitting on the ground, because you work on each side of that hive because it's a double. Here, I'll show you. So this is my double 4/4, and like I said, I just took the legs off. I just cut the legs off, and I set this on the ground now. And that way I can come over, I can work on this side, I can work on this box on this side, and I can step over here and I can work on this box. And just make life a little bit easier. You know, as you beekeep, you're gonna tweak the things that you do all the time. I had those landscape timbers sitting on this long thing. That's where the landscape timbers were sitting on these concrete blocks, and I just you stack hive after hive after hive next to each other. In the middle ones you can't get to. You have to work either from the front or directly from the back, and it's not conducive to how I keep bees and how I take a look, how I inspect frames from the sides. So girls are really active today. They're out and about. Don't know what they're doing, but they're out cruising around. Wanted to show you this real quick. I built, I think, 5 of these stands, so enough for 10 hives. Obviously one's out there already, and I just cut up the landscape timbers with a chainsaw, and I actually cut the 2x4s with a chainsaw too, and just nailed them up. This is as simple as it gets for 5 hive stands. 2x4s are $3 a piece. The landscape timbers I had, but those are, I think they're $7 or $8 for an 8-footer, and I can get 2 hive stands out of 1 8-footer. So you know, you're looking at you know, $4, and then the 2x8, 7. So $7 for each hive stand, roughly. That's your cost. Little lower to the ground. Maybe early in the season your back is going to be bent over a little bit, but you know, bring out a small stool and you'll sit down, do your hive inspections, and you won't have to worry about bending over. So, okay, until next time, happy beekeeping. Actually, it says it's 46 out right now, but I have a it's only 46 degrees, but I have a really looks like a good orientation flight going on here. which is good to see. You know, I mean, I think I got brood hatching, which again is really good to see for this hive. The only downside is that I got to keep up with them because they're going to mouth through the food very, very quickly. Oh, first day. I've had this out for a week. This is the first day that they've actually been on my pollen sub. This is the Ultra Bee, but they haven't touched this in I've had it out for at least a week, if not more, and good to see them start to take interest in it. Anyways, obviously means they're a rearing brood. There's a girl with a pouch full of pollen sub on her. Well, good.